What's up, honeys? It's KingBritneyChanel, and I'm back with yet another video. So, as it's saying that her car was lit up and the house could have been next, we're gonna get into my commentary on this. But before we get started, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you notify every time I release a new video. And let's get into it. I hope y'all enjoy. I already know it's your girl, Britney Chanel. This video is powered by KingBritneyChanel Couture. This is my merch. It's available on teespring.com. So the link will be in the description, as well as you can find it on the merch shelf. So if you like these type of looks, definitely check it out. Let's get into the topic. So y'all, when I got the notification for this, and y'all know my honeys will come and tell me when there's any K news. Y'all like me for a lot of different stuff, and we gonna get into a lot of different content for 2020. Okay, so we was taking a bit of a K break, because the last thing we talked about was him putting out them songs, honey, and now we are talking about K's ex-girlfriend. As y'all know, she's 23. She had all of these stories about K. The last thing we heard from her was that she was going to put up a series on that YouTube channel she got, honey, but we ain't heard nothing about that. Now let's talk about what's going on today, though. I am on the dailymail.co.uk. Y'all can go look at this article for yourself, and basically it says that K's ex-girlfriend Az claims that somebody tried to destroy her car or light up her car and to burn down her home. Okay, this was written by Rachel McGrath, because you gotta cite your sources, darling. And it was posted June 2020, my bad. June 26, 2020, my bad, y'all. We gotta get the date right. Y'all know, honey, we be inside so much, honey, the days start to blur together. Anywho, it says that K's ex Az claims she's the Vic of an arson situation that destroyed her car and could have lit up or burnt down her home. Okay, so basically on her IG, she posted photos on Thursday showing her, and this is how this is looking crazy, because they mentioned this right here, showing her in a strapless white bodycon dress posing beside her charred vehicle in the driveway of her home. So this is why a lot of people is side-eyeing this whole situation, because typically if you were in fact the Vic of somebody lighting up your property, honey, or y'all remember the last person that had a car messed with that I talked about on this channel was NBA Youngboy. Remember, he had that dirty Ayana and talked about her messing with the car. He wasn't in a I would say a joyous mood when he was talking about his property. You feel me? Just like he wasn't in a joyous mood when he was talking about what was going on with him and old boy out in Texas or whatever with that situation. I guess Jay Prince was trying to tell him he knew who, disrespected him and went in his crib or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. I'm mentioning that to say that typically people who have something happen to their property, darling, if they a Vic of something, they're not in an okay mood, okay? They're not standing in front of a car posing in a bodycon dress, a bandeau dress, looking like every day we lit. Like you about to be like, yes, we finna turn up with the move. What's the moves and the addy? You don't look like that, okay? Like, nobody is posing in front of a vehicle. Like, you would be, number one, on the phone with your insurance company, honey, hair in a bun, straight up a mess, in sweat somewhere, trying to figure out, like, first of all, talking to La Policia, trying to, get a grip on what is really going on and who could have, like, you would, honestly, if somebody did that, you would be really scared, really, to come out your house for real, and you would be like, I cannot stay at this house. Like, that's how you would be. Like, a person, this is screaming, I need attention. Because remember, she was putting out her music stuff or whatever. A lot of people, some people was vibing with it. Some people was like, girl, we don't really care about that. A lot of people they didn't really care like that, because it's kind of like she like the little girl that cried wolf all the time. That's kind of like what it is. It's like she has been so vocal that people are kind of like over it at this point. It's always another shenanigan. It's like from the the president's thing to the I said president, the precedence thing, to just, it's always something with her. And it's like, because we see her so much in the media, it's kind of lackluster when we see her, you feel me? And then a lot of people with this current situation, they kind of looking with the side eye like, girl, we ain't even buying this whole situation. Because I know the first thing I said was similar to what they saying here. She's in a strapless white bodycon dress. Like, are you selling the dress, or like, is this for Forever 21 or one of the Papaya, one of them stores? Like, who gets in front of a car that they claim somebody who came for her or whatever, supposedly lit the car up, okay, and then said they coming for the house next? Like, that to me is creepy. And me being a person, honey, I'm from NYC, okay? People be doing stuff all the time, trying to do stuff. So, honey, they'll, back in the day, like when the Bronx had like all of those abandoned buildings, like people would be lighting up them buildings for insurance money and stuff like that. Like, people will do a lot. Like, people do the most. Like, they either have somebody come and get the car and be like, oh, the car was stolen, or they say like, oh, something happened. And it's typically with put your lights up. Me want to see pure lighter, okay? So typically that's what happens with that, okay? So I'm kind of feeling like this could be, I don't know, it just seeming like this could be for publicity, if you ask me, because who poses? It's just like, oh my good, y'all really kind of feel bad, yo, because it's like she been doing a lot, but a lot of people are mostly kind of like I said before, she has become a public figure by proxy of K. So people are really kind of interested in him. Like, until, his whole little situations happen, people are kind of over the shenanigans and the stuff that's coming from her. Like, you see it literally, you could go under like any of the videos about her, like on any given channel, and you will see people in the comment section like they're just straight over it. Like, I promise y'all that. Like, even on the comments, like when she's on TMZ or any of these other like media outlets, it's those type of comments under there. So it says, like on the caption, like when y'all go on the site, when y'all can see the gallery of pictures, it says, someone not only set my car on fire at 3 a.m., but they also made a gas line around my entire house with intentions to burn my entire home down, she wrote alongside the photos. She added it was something that was meditated, but the fact that someone would go to that extreme to I guess go after her, she says, is sickening. So she says that La Policia are basically looking into the incident. This is okay. It goes on to say, saying that she wasn't showing herself at her lowest, and she used the post, to urge her followers to share both the bad as well as the wins in their own lives. Like, y'all, I really feel like this is just like, I'm hoping that she's telling the truth about this, because if not, this is going to make make her look real crazy. Like, it's gonna make her look bad. Like, people was already side-eyeing her for a lot, and it's just really gonna tip the scale like in a whole nother direction. Like, for real. Like, it's gonna be like, either you're fame hungry, attention, y'all know what the next word would be. It's just seeming like, chill, go like you said you was doing, heal, bro. Like, I just find it real hard to believe. Like, and then too, I just personally feel like with the K situation, I don't feel like he's sending anybody at this point. Like, all of the money issues that he has, and just a lot going on with him. I don't even think anybody associated with him would even risk that at this point, when they see he's being every time he wants to get on out, they shutting him down. So I don't think nobody is even rocking with him to that point. Everybody has jumped ship with that. But, the people that, still know him or whatever, but they not really getting involved with him that much either. So it's just like, who would really want to go that far? As, people be on the internet, but they like internet, keyboard gangsters. They ain't really about the. Man, I personally feel like this is screaming publicity to me. Only it's because, like I said, if something happens to you, you're not posed in front of the car. Like, this is like, y'all know how, like, from Paid in Full, how they was posed in front of them cars, the nice type of cars and all that. Like, it just seems like she hasn't been talked about in a minute. Okay, like I said, the last time we heard, she was supposed to be putting up stuff on that channel, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know if she has management or people to help her navigate on how to be a social media influencer. But you don't have to do this to do it, though. Just to let it be known, like, there's so many ways to get money as a social media influencer, and it's just like she could have totally, I'm gonna tell y'all, strategically, had she not been so vocal and pulling all these stunts and shenanigans, the public opinion would be like full force in her favor, and she could have took off and been doing a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of these young women, they get them high dollar sponsorships and all kind of stuff, but it's just because of everything that she's connected to, and then she just keeps going with these shenanigans. Is crazy. Like, I don't know. And here's another quote. Everyone is going through problems behind closed doors, whether they choose to share it or not. Even the people you look up to. I just want people to tap into the reality of our world, and publicizing a perfect cookie cutter life is just not real. But it's like, who is, like, is she saying that people is looking up to her? Or, because like I said, like, I don't really think it's a lot of people looking up to her. Like, I would go and do that. You feel me? Like, if she would have been a girl to where she never met Kay, and she just kind of got it out the mud and blew up off of, like, YouTube or something like that, people would be like, okay, like, I aspire to be that. But it's just like, this Kay situation is not ideal. And I think that she's kind of trying to make herself a role model out of this whole, her affiliation, unfortunately, to Kay. And Kay is looked at in a negative light. So therefore, it's like, until she removes herself from the affiliation with him, and she just goes and just, I'm telling y'all, if she would have played her cards right from the beginning and not came out doing what she tried to do, her career would have catapulted. But she kind of tanked her career with the shenanigans and stuff like that. And then the whole, you know, like I said, the whole telling on the whole king of R&B. Look at Tekashi right now. Them folks ain't even really trying to mess with him. They done how he called BLK balled him from the radio for telling. So it's just like, she gotta face what the reality is. Like, for real. Like, it's not that people have a hard time believing that Kay could have been on the type of time he was on. It's just that people not really feeling her for real, because they feel like she not all the way telling the truth, and it's all these shenanigans and the rest of that. Because if you listen to her, or if you listen to, you know, her people, they always constantly talk about, would y'all believe me then if I said this? And it's just like, it has to be organic. People have to organically feel you. And when people see you doing stuff like this, like, you posing, you claiming that you a vic of, like, arson, and then you posing in front of the car, like, it's looking like, is this a Fashion Nova ad, or are you you know, filing a report with La Policia? Like, which is it? Which direction are you going? You feel me? So it says, can we start posting real life on our feeds? What's really happening behind your closed doors? Because perfect does not exist in our world, and that's just the truth. Well, you know, common sense tells a lot of us that there's no such thing as perfection. Like, and if a person was not focused on perfection or vanity and stuff like that, Instagram, YouTube followers and all of that will be the least of their thought process. Okay, they will be somewhere edifying themselves. Like, you could tell people who are not, like, totally into social media like that. They're not into the perfect world narrative, because they're not, you don't see them doing what a lot of vain people on social media do. They're not doing stuff for publicity. They're not doing shenanigans. Like, I'll tell y'all, like, if I if I didn't have a lot of business stuff that was tied to social media, like, I do it because I love, edifying people and uplifting people, because I've been doing YouTube before, YouTube was even like a thing. Like, I just love to make videos and just to get on the camera and talk. But it was more so, it wasn't like about me. It was more so like, I like to, give my testimonial, like uplift people, add value to people. Not like, oh, look at me, I have this many followers, or like, I've never tried to be a celebrity. It's just, it trips me out. Like, I've never tried to be a celebrity or anything like that. Like, that's just, I'm just not that type of person, yo. Like, I just feel like people who are into, it's like, prime example, she leaves these type of quotes. So like I was saying, I feel like she leaves these type of philosophical quotes, like the loaded, I call them the loaded quotes, where, you're trying to, it sounds good. Y'all know, like, how people, that are churchy, they say, God is good all the time. Like I feel like the fake philosophical quotes. That's what I'm gonna call it. So you could basically seem like, okay, that was deep. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like you saying, okay, we don't need to live in a perfected world. And then you're posed in front of your charred car with, a body con on, just pose like this. Like I said, it's a Fashion Nova ad. So it's like, if it's not about a perfect world, then why this? You feel what I'm saying? Why this visual? You feel what I'm saying? Why is it that we didn't see the reel of, you calling La Policia, or you crying and saying, I wish that it could be different. Like, I wish, that people just respected me for telling my truth. Then why didn't we see that? Why do we see it just don't make any sense, y'all. Like, when you see stuff like that, like people that try to be deep and then they go in a totally different direction. So it's like, okay, you was a Vic of this, and then next time we see you on the Daily Mail talking about, oh yeah, this could have went really bad and the rest of this stuff. Like, and we all know, like, some of these media places, y'all know that they give money for stories, yo. That's a fact. Like, if they could get an exclusive story, they pay a person for the exclusive story. And I'm not really necessarily talking about the Daily Mail. I'm just talking about when it comes to media in general. Like, you could be like, all right, this is my story, and I'll give y'all the exclusive or whatever. They give you some money. So I personally just feel like it's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do it in Savage, and then next thing I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna be a role model to you, and oh, this is what a Vic and a Survivor looks like. At the same time, it's like, yo, it's one or the other. It's one or the other. Like, it just y'all, I know y'all get what I'm saying. Like, if you get what I'm saying, leave it down in the comments. It's just like, it's so double-sided, double-minded, and it's just like, it's not about a perfect world in, social media and the rest of this stuff, but every time we turn around, it's something for publicity some type of way. And it's nothing wrong with anybody wanting to be a social media influencer or whatever, because it does open up doors. But I'm saying, when it gets to the point where it's like this, it's kind of like, yo, a lot of people have some questions. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you want to get it off of your own name, not off no negative situations that happen to you. You feel what I'm saying? It's plenty of ways. There's plenty of video. You know how many girl bosses that I see on YouTube a day, like, that it's just, they didn't come up off no negativity. They ain't come up off no dude. They not like, every 5 minutes coming up with a sad song to sing, to come up. They just put in the work, and it works, because God honors, those who work, those who are positive, and they just doing righteous things. You feel me? That's why they pop. But when you just try to do stuff the wrong way, you just going, it's not gonna pop, and it ends all wrong. You feel what I'm saying? What are y'all's thoughts? You know, either way, I'm praying for her. If this is real, what she's saying, I'm praying for her, baby. And if it ain't real, from, you know, with what she's saying, I'm still praying, because that means there's some other things going on. It's KingBritneyChanel. You already know. I hope you all enjoyed my commentary on this, and I will see you all soon on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.